What if we make a Korean-inspired injeolmi honeycomb cookie? I have no idea how this is going to turn out because I am not a professional baker and I am just experimenting here and trying to see what works. So I'm going to use a mishmash of different recipes. So what I'm envisioning is a really chewy cookie filled with mochi, like a chewy rice cake, has a flavor of injeolmi, which is roasted soybean powder, and then also like little crunchy bits of honeycomb in between to give that like caramel flavor. Also, I will say I do not have any baking expertise whatsoever. I am literally just trying to experiment here and see if it's going to work. I am a little bit nervous, but I'm also really excited. So let's get started. So for the recipe, I'm using Clara Saffitz's oat pecan brittle cookie because it has like the toffee brittle in it, which is kind of similar to honeycomb. So I was like, what if we mimic this recipe and make a few adjustments? It also has brown butter, which I think is gonna go so well with the roasted soybean powder flavor. So that's what I'm thinking. I have not written down any recipe for this yet. I'm literally just like making this in my mind as we go. So I have a notebook here and I'm just gonna write down the measurements for what I think is gonna happen. Okay, so I'm gonna put in the baking soda now, but I think it might have gotten too hot. Baking soda in and mix. Oh my god. Looks like this. I'm just gonna dump it. Honestly, I don't know if it looks right, but we're gonna just try. It's like all stuck to the pan right now. Gotta salvage this. That's what it's looking like right now. I have no idea. I feel like it didn't bubble up as much as the videos I've seen before, but I'm just gonna wait till this hardens because I just need the flavor, honestly. I don't know. I just wanted to show y'all what the honeycomb looked like. It's very flat. So I don't think I made it correctly because it feels very dense and I'm not sure what happened. I'm just gonna let it cool a little bit more because it's still pretty warm and then cut into it. I'm gonna get back to the recipe and now we just need to brown the butter and then like make the dough. I'm using this Kerrygold butter because I feel like it's gonna give more flavor than using regular butter. This is European butter, so it has like more fat content. So let's try it. So in the original recipe, she only browns half the butter, but I'm just gonna do all of it because I'm too lazy and I feel like it'll give more flavor. The only thing that I did find though is that if you brown all the butter, that means there's less water content because a lot of water from the butter evaporates. But I think it's gonna be fine because I want it to spread less. So that's my thinking here. It's starting to foam up, so I know it's almost there. And you can hear that there's like less sputtering now. It smells really good. All right, I think the brown butter is done. So I'm gonna pour it in here. And I was like thinking about the water content again, and because I'm adding extra injeolmi powder and not taking out any flour, I was like maybe I should put back in some water. So I might do that. I think I'm just gonna do about a tablespoon and see how that goes. I'm like so hungry right now because I did not eat breakfast and I'm baking. So that's a bad combo already. Also, if you're wondering what this is like a vegetable container that my mom got me for the fridge. And the way I film is I put my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 on this whenever I film like any stove action. So that's what this is if you're wondering. Put this aside. So this just needs to cool, so I'm gonna let it chillax for a bit. I honestly might have to revisit the honeycomb because I don't know. Let's just cut into it. No, it's so dense and ugly. Okay, I think it's way too off to be using it properly. Something wrong happened. I might have to do this one again. Okay, I'm literally just looking up how to make honeycomb properly and troubleshooting. Syrup taken off the heat too soon is a common mistake. Underheating the sugar makes the honeycomb sticky so it won't set correctly. Ooh, I read this wrong. It's supposed to be 250 degrees Celsius, but I thought it was 250 degrees Fahrenheit, y'all. That is so funny. Oh my god. Let's do it again. This time I got it right because now it's like fully dissolved. Okay, so I'm gonna turn up the heat to medium, the temperature. Okay, we're good. Take it off the heat. Pour this in. Mix. Oh my god, I think it's working way better. Oh my god, I think we did it. I think we finally got it because it looks way more bubbly now. Oh, okay. That is looking really good. Now I'm just gonna clean up a bit and then we'll start on the cookie dough for real this time. Okay, while the honeycomb is cooling, I'm gonna do a quick snack break. I bought this mac salad from Costco yesterday. Will's Fresh Fruits, and it's mac salad, so it's my snack for now. When I like cook or bake while I'm hangry, it is not a good time. All right, I think the honeycomb has cooled now, so it's definitely solidified and it feels really light, like not as dense, and I can already see some good bubblage going on. Oh, yes! That is exactly the kind of crackle I want. That looks so good. So good. Okay, so in the Dessert Person original recipe, you kind of save half of the mix that's like crumbled like this and then mix that into the batter. The other half is grounded up into a fine powder and added like flour almost. So I think I'm just gonna do the same thing because I really want that flavor to come through. I'm excited. Okay, so I'm currently measuring out all my ingredients for the cookie dough, which I should have done earlier, but it's fine. So this is what roasted soybean powder looks like. This is already open, but I got this from H Mart. I am going to use about 50 grams, which, how did I come up with this number? I just said 50 was an even number. So we're using about 273 grams of flour, and 50 grams seems like it's not gonna tip over the scale of dryness because I also did add some water into the brown butter. And I want it to be a little bit drier in terms of the batter just because I don't want it to spread as much. And really what I'm hoping for is for the flavor to come through with this powder inclusion, but I'm honestly not sure at this point because, wow, 50 grams is kind of a lot. I'm already at 30 grams and it looks kind of a lot, so maybe we'll drop it down. Actually, whatever, let's just go for 50. I'm a little scared, so we'll do 40. We'll compromise and do 40. Let me write that down. 40 in the final recipe. Okay, that is what the powder looks like. So it's very fluffy and very soft. When you rub it against your fingers, it's like almost like powdered sugar, but a little bit stickier. All right, so this is the fun part because we're blitzing together the flour and the honeycomb together. I don't have like a food processor, so I'm just using my trusty blender. Adding in the flour. Dust of flour everywhere. I have it measured out, so it's easier. Flour, salt, and baking powder done. I'm just gonna break this up before I put it in. It's sticking to my hands. I'm just dumping it in at this point. Okay, we're good. And this is where I'm also gonna add in the injeolmi powder because it counts as a flour, I guess. So we're adding that in. Time to blitz. Blitz, blitz, blitz. I didn't have to do too much because I'm not adding an oat, so there's not that much to like actually grind up except for the honeycomb. That smells so good. If you know what roasted soybean powder tastes like, it's that plus a dark caramel. So the flour is done. Leave that on the side for a bit. My sink is so full right now. I hate doing dishes after baking, but it's worth it. So now is just mixing the batter together for the cookie dough. Okay, so this is what my butter looks like. You can see it's like pooling. It's not completely solidified, but I'm just gonna go with it. Just gonna do it. It's my beautiful KitchenAid that my mom so graciously gifted to me last year. Paddle attachment on. So even though the butter is a bit wet right now, as in like liquid, half of it is liquid, half of it isn't. So we're just gonna go with it. Okay. Add dark and brown. So adding all the sugars in. Okay, I think this is a better angle. So I'm adding in the brown sugar and the white sugar. I did not, by the way, change any sugar amount. So that stays the same. So this cookie might be very, very sweet. Okay, and then just mix. And then I'm gonna add in 2 eggs. And a tablespoon of vanilla. It's a lot of vanilla. Mix again. It's like very velvety now, so I think we're on track like the recipe says. This is where we're diverging and adding our own bit of flour. So I guess we'll see how the ratio is. Okay, it says to just add it all at once. I realized that I didn't even check if the honeycomb and the pecan brittle amounts are similar. So maybe we'll have a lot of honeycomb in this recipe, which I don't know. Wow. Okay, the dough is looking really, really wet. So here's what I'm thinking. I think we put in more injeolmi powder because by the smell of it right now, it smells very honeycomby and not as much injeolmi. So to balance it out, I'm just gonna put in a way more injeolmi powder. So I put 40. I'm gonna probably do another 40. So that's 80 grams of injeolmi powder. So let's see how I feel about that. Okay, I feel like that looks pretty good. I'm not gonna mess around too much with the flour ratio. Okay, add in the pecan brittle, which is our honeycomb. Oh, it's like stuck. Y'all, I'm telling you, this smells so good already. From what I can smell, it's a lot of brown butter notes with like that caramelly toffee flavor from the honeycomb. I think this is gonna be good as long as it holds the mochi together. This is such a long process. Honestly, did not think it would take this long. Let me show you what the batter looks like. You can see like little toffee bits that are dispersed throughout, which looks so good. Okay, so this needs to chill for a bit, and I am gonna make the mochi right before I assemble the whole cookie. So I'm gonna cover this up and put in the fridge, and then I will see you when I make the mochi and this is chilled for a bit. So be right back. All right, I am back and it's been about 7 hours since the dough has been resting and chilling in the fridge. So now I'm gonna start on the mochi filling. So I have some mochiko powder here, which is like a sweet glutinous rice flour, which is used to make the mochi. I have some confectioner's sugar and some cornstarch. So I'm gonna mix these all in with some water and let's do this. Okay, so I'm gonna add in everything into the bowl. Cornstarch. I'm gonna add in all of the water. This is very much mixed. I'm gonna cover it with a wrap and then pop it in the fridge. Pop it in the microwave. I can't talk today. I cannot talk. Goes in for 1 minute. Okay. Oh, okay. Way more cooked now. I'm gonna mix this again. Okay, you can see it's like starting to get thicker. The mochi looks pretty solid, but I don't want it to be too runny because then it's not gonna have that chew. So I might pop it back in for like 30 more seconds. All right. Ooh, it is quite hot. Okay, yeah, I think it looks good. I'm gonna stop here. All right, and then what I love about this recipe is that it adds butter in it, so much more flavor. So I'm gonna add that and then just like smush it in. And you can tell that there's like a shine to the mochi because of the butter. All right, I think that's mixed in. Like you can't even see it at all. Just has like a kind of a yellow sheen to it. Ooh. That smells so good. Holy cow. It smells like a very sweet caramel coffee ice cream. This dough is very stiff and I'm gonna have to roll this out, scoop it into 18 separate dough balls. So wish me luck. Maybe I should have pre-scooped them out because this is quite cold. Oh, wow. Maybe I messed up. Maybe it's too cold to, oh gosh. It's like scooping ice cream. Ooh. Yeah, it's definitely warming up in my hands. What it looks like. Okay, we got one. Yeah, the butter is probably really solidified at this point, so I'm just gonna do my best to work quickly. I'm really happy with the distribution of the honeycomb. I honestly thought they would like break while putting it in the mixer because it's so delicate compared to brittle. But I feel like they held it pretty well. I can see like, I don't know if you can see, but there's like chunks. There's like small chunks of honeycomb in there, so I feel like it's gonna give like a nice crunch or like a caramel bite. Honestly, going through this process, I feel like it's pretty cool to think that I can just like imagine something in my brain and make it. Obviously, I don't know if it's gonna turn out well this time, but I guess that's how recipe development works. You just kind of think of an idea and then keep iterating on it. But I think that's something I've always wanted to do but never knew how to get there because I didn't have like a little fundamentals about baking. I'm like, oh, it'd be cool to make this kind of cookie or this kind of cake flavor, but I never got around to doing it because I was always like, oh, like I'm not a baker. I think having made like at least like 15 types of cookies now with my cookie series that I did on my short form, going through a bunch of those recipes really helped me learn like the foundational basics and see similarities that apply to all types of cookies. Okay, maybe not all, but like basically a common thread between these recipes. And I think that was really cool because it helped me understand like the basics of how a cookie dough functions, and being able to take that and then run with it has been really exciting. Like, it'd be really cool to keep doing these recipe experiments, but I guess what I'm trying to say is making a bunch of recipes first that other people have tested, proven to be successful was the first step. And then I guess the next step is just trusting yourself and just like figuring it out as you go. I guess that's a scary part too, because like, what if you invest all this time and resources and energy into like something and it doesn't work out? And it seems like a complete waste, but there's a lot of good notes to take away from even this bake right now. Like, now I know not to roll the dough after chilling the dough. So that's one thing. I'm gonna be very open-minded to how this ends up baking. It looks like it could be really good, but we never know. And I'm okay with that. All right, so we got 12 so far. My muscles are very tired. I worked out yesterday and I did arm day, and I'm feeling it today. I'm paying the price. All right, we have 18 cookies. Okay, I think this is ready to be rolled out. Gotta use damp hands because this is so sticky. I'm gonna roll this out into, 18 equal pieces. I'm putting this on a piece of plastic wrap because this is so sticky. And I'm not making this like a perfect circle, just like a lump, because it's gonna just be shoved into the cookie anyway, so you can't really see it. I'm gonna scrape the last bits of mochi. Okay, I feel like we do have 18. All right, it is time to assemble now. I think the mochi it's still really wet, but I think I'm just gonna go with it. I may have to oil my hands a little. Wow, I have no oil in this. Please, I need to refill this. What I'm worried about is if this cookie is gonna hold the mochi well. So I made like a little cup shape. I'm gonna insert one mochi right in here, like that, and then just cover it up as best as I can. The dough is very warm now. It's a little bit too much mochi. You know what? We're just gonna cover it up as best as we can and just go with it. One dough ball done. This dough is very, very like wet. It's a little bit harder to work with because it kind of sticks to your hands. Maybe because there's a lot of fat content in here and a lot of sugar. All right, I could only fit 6 on each tray, which means I have 6 left. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge. All right, that is in the fridge, and now let's bake these. Ooh. Okay, now they're in the oven, and I'm just gonna check what baking temp it recommends in the book. It's at 350 Fahrenheit and 16 to 20 minutes, and switching the sheets halfway through. Okay, so I'm gonna check in at 16 minutes and see what it looks like then. So I did bake them for about 19 minutes, and I did forget to rotate them halfway through, so it might be a little bit uneven, but let's take them out. Ooh! Oh, these look so good. Wow. The top ones look really, really good. These are the top ones. Wow. These with the specks of honeycomb caramelize so well. All right, I'm gonna let them fully cool because I think it tastes better with the mochi that way because it has that pull. So I really want to eat these right now, but I think I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna be patient. We will come back. All right, the cookies are finally out of the oven and cooled. Y'all, I have been waiting all day to try this. It smells good. It looks good. So let's see if this is what I thought it'd be. Okay, I'm trying to do the mochi pull. Ooh. 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 Oh my God. Let's try it. Oh, wait, y'all. This is so freaking delicious. I'm loving the brown butter flavor. Perfectly chewy on the edges. And I'm really happy about how the mochi flattened out too, because you get mochi in every single bite. And the edges are so crispy. And that mochi. Wow. I will say it was a lot of work to get here, but so worth it. I think the flavor combination too really works because the injeolmi powder is already roasted. That brings a lot of nuttiness to the table. Then you get the deep caramel notes from the honeycomb, which is like evenly dispersed in the flour, and you get little bits of caramelized bits like those pieces. Everything is very harmonious. I wish y'all could try this through the screen. Definitely using existing recipes and slightly altering them was the move because those are already tested and proven to work. Oh, well, that was it for today's video. Thank you for following along with this journey of recipe testing this whole day today. I honestly had no idea how it's going to turn out, but we made it. Honestly, I'm so happy with this cookie. I'm definitely going to give some away to friends and family because I really want them to try this. So once again, thank you for tuning in. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know because I would love to do more experimental recipes. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.